you ever heard of the Merseburg charm? This is really cool because you can see this show up in folklore books of the 1800s in multiple countries all across Europe, in Germany, in the Baltic states, in Scandinavia particularly. You see this show up in Iceland. So medieval Icelandic grimoires have this, and the oldest form of it can be found in a manuscript from the very early 1300s, from Merseburg in Germany. And basically, the story goes that Odin and Baldr, the god Odin and Baldr, were riding, and one of their horses tripped and broke its leg. And the god Odin, or Wotan, was able to, through this charm, bind its leg and heal it. And the charm is called a story ola. It's you recite the story and do the ritual, and that is the magic. Now, that's a lot easier in the oral tradition to do because you've got story that can be recited and a ritual that you're performing. Different from the magic book tradition where you have to have all these correspondences and has to be a certain time of the waning of the moon and all that, right? But what's really cool is that when Christianity came into the region, that story of Wotan and Balder turned into Jesus Christ was riding and his horse tripped, and there's the same elements of like blood to blood, hoof to hoof, like those elements are in there. That's a lot easier, and it's spread. And so then that you find that Jesus version of that charm with some variations in multiple different Scandinavian languages, but it's still there. I find it in Wales. I can find it in Orkney in the late 1800s, right? And that's the nature of the oral culture, is that it's easily shared from word to mouth, right? Word to ear, or mouth to ear, and it's generally simpler because the rituals are simpler, right? You take red thread in Orkney, you take red thread and you use red thread, right? Red thread being reminiscent of the blood of Jesus Christ. There's a logic to it, but the logic is easy, even though the elements are very similar. The understanding of it is different.